it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, RelaxCutGlue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So what I just showed you there was my warm-up collage, kind of my first thing of the day, kind of get my juices flowing. Ew, that was not the right verbiage that I should have used, but nonetheless, you get what I'm saying. Here is my junk journal glue book, whatever you want to call it. It's a glue book to me, but it certainly could be a junk journal. I'm using the Summer's Bounty Digi kits from TheJunkJournalStudio, and I absolutely love these digitals. There's 5 different kits. They all have 25 to 35 pages per kit, something like that. So I went back after my last video and ordered the other, or not ordered, but purchased the other 2 kits that I hadn't bought yet. And so I think I now have them all. I might have only 4 now that I think about it, but maybe I have all 5. I'm so lost. All I've been doing is printing and fussy cutting the last 3 days because there's so much ephemera and so many pages in these kits. They're phenomenal. So the Junk Journal Studio, I will have her Etsy link down below. I'm not affiliated in any way. Not that it freaking matters if I was, but I'm not. I just really liked her kits and I've been eyeballing them for a while. And when they went on sale, I decided to pull the trigger, and I wanted to let you guys know about it too, because when I find good deals or fun stuff, I want you guys to be able to enjoy them as well. So these are my baskets full of fussy cut stuff. I had originally done this video. I was talking through it while I was working, but I got really tired and I needed a break, and I didn't like what I was saying in the video. So I'm doing a voiceover now. It's still the same day. It's only about 30 minutes later. I just needed a little breaky poo. Feeling a little fatigued. So anyways, I have all these baskets full of ephemera that I've been cutting out for the last 3 days. And then I went through a Food Network magazine I had just sitting here on my desk, and I pulled out a few images that are there on my right. I love using the Food Network magazine. And for this journal or glue book, I'm sorry, I always say journal. I don't know why, because I don't know. Anyways, it's a glue book for me. Yeah, so I went through there, and like this was kind of the front of a piece, like a chapter in the magazine, if you will. And so I cut around everything and used those pieces because there was little leaves and broccoli and that kind of stuff on it. And I thought, well, how cute is that to make into a pocket or something like that? So I just cut out a few things there, and I want to add those into my glue book as well. And then this page right here, I'm going to flip through a little bit. When I went back after my last video, I ended up purchasing the journal pages, and I'm going to be using these to collage with inside the book. The pages that are actually sewn into my glue book are her background pages. So I'm going to use some of these to fill in those pages in the middle of the signature where it's 2 white, it's one huge white page. And once I lift these up, you'll see that's what the B image at the bottom here is. I covered up the whole middle signature with it. So these are amazing digis. I really love them. So I can play in this glue book for a very long time. And I finally quit because there were still like another 10 or 15 pages under there. So this is one of the pages there, and I filled up the middle of the signature. And now I'm ready to start collaging. I get super distracted several times, which is why I decided to do a voiceover. I had a couple shady characters walk past my house down the middle of the street, which is super odd. I saw a monarch butterfly fly up to my gladiolas that have just bloomed this week. And I just saw it again a few seconds ago, actually, which is kind of funny. My gladiolas are my pride and joy. I planted them almost 2 decades ago. I got the bulbs from the Dollar Tree, and yeah, I planted them in front of my house, and I get to look at them out my window, and hummingbirds love them, and so do butterflies. So I love watching that. I have not seen a hummingbird yet. I haven't actually been in my craft room very much either, so I don't know. We'll see. So in here is one of my baskets of ephemera, and there's so much ephemera that I'm thinking about making a little ephemera holder just for this kit, for this glue book. I know that sounds kind of funny, but there's tags and words and fussy cuts and big images and small images and numbers and quotes and all, I mean, so many different things and tickets and all kinds of stuff. So it's kind of hard to find what I want when I have them in the buckets or baskets. I have one basket with larger images, pockets, things like that. And then the other basket for smaller things. And what am I talking about right here? Oh, I know what I'm talking about. Okay, never mind. It wasn't that great of a story. So don't worry, you didn't miss out. Anyways, there's also page tabs, and you see a couple of those at the top of the page. Yeah, I've been keeping I made a fussy cut basket just for these kits. So I keep all the papers in there, and then I cut when I'm resting and watching TV with my kids or whatever. So yeah, I think I might need some kind of ephemera holder. And then I have a bunch of images of my own that I've printed out and stuff that I want to use in here. So basically this journal is going to be like colorful, vintage, summer. I want to just have nature related things, flowers, plants, herbs, fruits, vegetables, but I also want to have bugs and butterflies and birds and other animals and vintage people and tickets and tags and numbers and all that stuff. So I really love vintage, but I like colorful vintage the best. So I'm really trying to use a lot of colorful things. And then this quote is so beautiful. I read it to you guys in the video, but let me open up my glue book here. I have it sitting right next to me, and let's see what it says. I'm not sure if you can read it. So it says, "An act of kindness, like giving a coworker flowers, can boost your mood, lower your anxiety, and even help you live longer." Isn't that cute? I found that in a magazine. So that's what I'm adding here. And I love this quote. I love spreading kindness. I love complimenting others. I try very hard every time I'm at any kind of place to compliment a stranger. I know that I appreciate when I get a random compliment. And, you know, you never know what people are going through behind closed doors or even open doors in their life. And, you know, you never know what that impact of saying something nice can do for somebody. And it could be the difference between life and death sometimes. I mean, it's true. So yeah, I just, I tell people, hey, I love your hair, or, oh my gosh, your purse is so cute, or, you know what I mean? Just, I love that candy too. I don't know. That's dumb. That's not a compliment, but you know what I mean? Like, I just really, oh man, the other day, you guys, well, I guess it wasn't the other day now. It's a couple weeks ago. It was the day before I left for my trip with my mom to the beach. I was at the Dollar Tree and I'm walking by and I'm already past this gentleman, but he still stops me and he says, they don't think about us shorties when they're putting these shelves together. And he had this stick that he found somewhere in the store. It was like an item that you would purchase. I can't remember what it is now, but it was like some kind of stick thing. And he was using it to grab some kind of utensil off like the very top rack of the kitchen stuff, which, hello, I can't reach that stuff either. And trust me, I use a stick all the time too. And so I was like, no, they sure don't. And I'm like, thank you for, stopping me in the middle of the store and telling everybody how short I am. And so then he was a very elderly man, and he then proceeded to talk to me for 35 minutes, no joke, about his entire life, all his 5 ex-wives. Well, not all of them are ex. Some of them had passed on. I mean, I knew this man's entire life story, including his wife's story. It was insane. But here's the thing. And even a worker kind of gave me the look like, do you need my help to kind of let you go? Because every time I was like, all right, well, you have a good day and stuff like that, he wouldn't let me go. He would just keep talking. And I just told myself, hey, this man needs to talk, and I'm going to sit here and talk to him. And I'm one of those people, people randomly come up to me all the time in a store and start talking to me. It's the craziest thing. And so I find it's definitely people who I think they need somebody to talk to. And so I stop and I talk to them all the time. So even though I had to go pick up my son from school, I was literally sweating, dripping sweat while this guy was talking to me. I was wiping sweat off my face. And in a mad rush, I did stop and I talked to this guy for 35 minutes. So I hope he had a good day, and I hope, he enjoyed that talk with me. I felt so bad. He is so old and can barely walk, and he still works. And it breaks my heart, that somebody in his condition should have to still work. So, anyways, yeah. So we had a nice conversation. He was a very nice man. And although he talked my ear off for a very long time, but yeah. So anyways, the point to that very long story was try and make an effort to, say something nice to somebody. I don't know. It makes you feel good too. It's a twofer. You feel good and they feel good. Everybody wins. I love this little strawberry pie. I found that in the Food Network magazine as well. So I kind of get a little overwhelmed because, like I said, I have so much ephemera and it's not organized, and that kind of bothers me. So I kind of throw a few things out in front of me that I think I might want to use. That's kind of how I roll. I like to just put a little pile on my table and work through that. I was kind of seeing what else I had to play with a little bit. I'm kind of showing some belly bands that are in the kit, and there's postcards and seed packets and envelopes and you name it, all the things are in it. So I was kind of looking around. So that is a recipe card for strawberry jam. I did not end up using it, but I thought, how cute would that be if I put a little, yeah, I remember now. I thought, how cute would this be to put this recipe card in a little pocket right here? I did not end up doing that, however. And now I was kind of looking through my pockets. So I was trying to decide, do I want to put a pocket there and just kind of set this recipe card in there? It does look cute. I did not end up doing that. I can do that another day. But yeah. So the other day I was walking Xena, and this van, I can hear a car, or I could tell it was like I could hear a vehicle approaching me on my right side. And it was driving really slow, and that kind of caught my attention, and it drove by me really slow, and we were at the end of a street, so I had her sit and wait to cross the street like I always do. And I kind of watched him roll by me, and then he pulled in to the house that was on the corner where I was crossing the street. I would end up at the house that he was now parking in, is what I'm saying. And this house has been, it's vacant right now. It was just on the market and it sold, and they have people working on it. Well, this van looks like it was like sandblasted, so it has like matte kind of metal all over it, like it's been spray painted maybe, and it's like an extended cab with all the windows except for the driver's windows are pitch black. And I'm like, this is how I die. This is how I die. I've been watching all these crime shows for years. What do? I'm totally going to be shoved into this van. It's going to be a Silence of the Lambs situation, and I'm going to be at the bottom of a pit, somebody wanting my skin. So that did not happen. So I calmly walk by with Xena, and I watch my surroundings. I'm a woman walking. You never know what you're going to see or what's going to happen. I mean, this guy totally could have jumped out of the van and threw me in it. I walked right behind it. So I'm walking behind the van, and then I see these stickers that are like, Bigfoot doesn't believe in you either, and like all these Bigfoot stickers. And I'm like, all right, this guy's cool. Unless those stickers are there for me to lose my concentration on my surroundings because I'm reading the stickers. Okay, it wasn't that serious. So I walked by or whatever, but I just started laughing in my head because I'm like, okay, Nicole, it's one thing to be conscious, be aware of your surroundings, but it's a whole nother thing to think this guy's going to try and pick you and your dog up and throw you in the back of a van. I digress. So I'm walking and I'm thinking, I could just hear it now, coming up at 5, local YouTuber gets thrown into a van and kidnapped. And in a strange turn of events, the kidnapper is now offering a reward to this woman's husband if he will come pick her up and take her off his hands. Bob would be like, yeah, no, man, that's a hard pass. Just kidding. Oh, man. All right. Kidnapping's not funny, but, I had to lighten my mood while I was walking and be like, yeah, this guy would probably want to return me if he took me. Oh, it's such a nice day outside. So many people walking. It's kind of nice. Oh, I got in this part of the gluing process, some of the fibers in my washcloth got kind of stuck there. So I just kind of pushed them into the corner there. Now you can't see them. Anyway, I digress. I have both the dogs in here with me. Absolutely adorable. Xena's curled up in a little ball. Sherman's laying all spread out. You can probably hear him snoring. She's so cute. So I took a video for my husband. I walked in here. So she keeps bringing me toys and then she'll boop me with her nose. That's what she does when she wants something from me. And something my dad taught her. And so she kept booping me. So I was playing with her toys. She likes to do the thing where she likes to flaunt her little baby in front of you and then turn around so you can't get it, but then come back so you try and get it. So anyways, I was doing that with her, but I had left the room and I came back and there was all these toys all over my room and I was in my craft room. So I sent them to my husband and I counted each one. I'm like, I think Xena wants me to play with her. She brought me 7 toys, 7 different times, and they're all surrounding my craft chair. I'm like, man, I come in here one time and I you're making me feel guilty. It was really cute. So in between my crafting, I was playing with her too. But she's cuddled up right now, and she even has one of her little toys cuddled up with her. It's so cute. Yesterday, she went outside, and so she has a very loud bark that's high-pitched when she's excited, and I hate it. I'm not going to lie. It's not my favorite thing in the world. So when she gets excited, she barks, and she's half husky and half whippet, so they like to talk, And so Jackson was out there with her kind of playing, and she was just barking up a storm, having a blast. And I was so proud of myself because I didn't make her stop. And with my anxiety, I get super overwhelmed when I feel like I'm I get super anxious when I feel like I'm inconveniencing people. Even little things like if I'm stopped at a light and, behind me are 3 people that want to turn right, but I need to go straight. So I'm holding them up till the light turns green, when if I was behind them, they could all turn right and not have to wait for the light. Things like that. I just don't like inconveniencing people at all. So again, dog barking, I'm sure everybody hated it, but I'm like, it's noon on the weekend. Everybody else's dogs in the whole entire neighborhood bark like crazy all the time. I'm like, I'm going to let her have fun. So she's doing zoomies around the backyard, and this dog is so fast. Oh my gosh. And she's sliding around in the dirt and skidding around in the grass, and she just had a good old time. That girl was wiped out when she came back in the house. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, enough of that. It's time to go. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you had fun, and maybe I inspired you a little bit to do some glue booking. Junk Journal Studio will be in the description box down below. I hope you guys had fun hanging out with me, because I had fun hanging out with you. I hope you guys have a fabulous day, and until next time, bye!